Big Rob here, Chaos Nutrition, founder, HMFIC, Chaos Nutrition, and it's a hot one, man. It says it's about 90 degrees, but nah, it's a little warmer. Went over to the car wash, got the car wash done, and a couple of topics of discussion today are probably the first one is just keeping it real with yourself and the people that support you. And then number two, we're going to talk a little bit about finance, because I think a lot of times we get into these videos and we're talking about current events, we're talking about this, that, and the other, and we really don't touch upon the things that really get you and put you into place. And I think a lot of people could use it. I know there's the Dave Ramsey's out there, I'm no expert, but I've actually come from the bottom and what I consider the top as far as I've gone. I don't think a Dave Ramsey is eating ramen noodle soup and chicken nuggets to make it through the night. He may have, he may not have, but I'm speaking from my experience, so I really don't care about those that think Dave is the holy grail. He's got a lot of great knowledge, but when it comes to losing it all and getting it all back, I think there's very few people in the world that have actually experienced that. And maybe there are people that have lost it all and never got it back. They're a part of that crew. For me, I've lost it a few times and got it all back. And I think that's what separates those that are willing to do whatever it takes from those that are just willing to just roll over and accept whatever their misfortune was. Like I said, for me, the most important thing is keeping it real. Now, if you're into real estate, if you're a chef, if you're whatever you are in your life, it's not embarrassing to talk about that. Let me get that out there first and foremost. If you really believe that at 45 years of age and all the life that I've lived, and I know there's many people out there like myself, are not going to buy into your fairy tale that because you're a sponsored athlete at so-and-so company, that all of a sudden you have, these cars, this lavish lifestyle. Most of the time and often the time, you've got a side hustle and a job, and there's nothing wrong with talking about that job. Now, if you want to keep your life separate from your IG and all that and so forth, that's great. But every once in a while, just kind of let people know, in my opinion, that, because I think oftentimes young kids growing up, we're putting out there that, all this is attainable if you sell supplements. All this is attainable if you go to the gym. And it's not true. All that is going to get you is a good-looking body and people that think that you're all that and you're not. What really works is when you work in that 9 to 5 and you're hustling and you're going through school and you're doing the right things, and then you become successful, okay? And I don't mean fortunate. Now, here's the other side to that. There is a big difference. If your parents are ultra rich and they do well, or your grandparents left a ton of funds to you guys, that doesn't make you successful. That makes you fortunate. What makes you successful is when you take that $100,000 and turn it into $1 million. Then you're an entrepreneur and you're learning how to be successful. There is a big difference, okay? So before I completely go off into that realm, it's important to understand, even myself, I've been in healthcare since I left the Marine Corps for over 10 years. And I do that on the side, on top of what I do here, raising kids, raising a household, doing some things with real estate, and a bunch of other things that I do, besides just slinging supplements and doing all that. So it's not embarrassing to talk about it. It's not something you should hide. A lot of people are great at what they do on the side. You might be a used car salesman. You might be dropping 20 cars a month that you're selling. That's awesome. Put that in your link. Put that in your bio. Let people come and buy more cars from you. Why is it such a big thing to hide your personal, who you are, and like they can't find you with a quick Google search in 2022? All right? So I think I've beaten that horse enough there, and I think we understand where we're going there. And the next thing is living your best life, going to Disneyland or San Diego or Universal's or wherever it is, or maybe you're in Disney World in Florida, whatever, and you're coming home to a rented house. So you just dropped $1,000, $2,000 on a great vacation. You got these new shoes that you put on Klarna that you can't afford. And then you're making payments on that. You're making payments on your car. You're making payments on this used house that someone else is getting rich on. But what are you doing for yourself? You need to take your 9 to 5, get off of Instagram and TikTok, and do things that are going to make you money. So you can invest that money and stop going to Disneyland, for a temporary time until you get your finances and your house in order. Buy real estate, buy personal property. I don't care what the interest rate is. In my opinion, you got to get in when you get in. It's like the pool. If that pool's cold and you really want to swim, you're going to swim, right? So you're going to figure it out. It's not always going to be 2% interest in the best possible scenario. Sometimes you got to make shit happen. All right? So we can't be just waiting around. Like I said, if you can drop $2-3 grand here and $2-3 grand there, and you're making all these payments on cars and this and that and the other to look like you're rich, you're going to go broke really fast if you aren't already, because the rich don't need to flaunt what they have. All right? They really don't. Now, with that being said, like I said, if you were to take that money, instead of going on these, vacations that you post on your stories so that you look cool, and you put that into real estate, within a couple years, going to Disneyland once or twice a year is going to be effortless. You're not going to need to make payments or get payday loans or try to pretend, because you're actually going to have, funds. You're going to actually have, money coming in from a few different sources, and that's the name of the game. You should have income coming in from multiple sources, not just from a job, because when that job decides to terminate you and put you on unemployment, you're not going to have a fallback. You're not going to have a side hustle. You're not going to have anything to fall back on. So it's important to understand that while you're even investing in real estate, that you take that first house, you turn it, you buy more. You rent that house out like the house you're renting. And those people are paying their mortgage with your rent money, and then taking that extra money and investing it in more property. Next thing you know, they've got 6 or 7 properties, or they've got apartment complexes, and they are getting it in. And then at that point in time, once you've become that successful and you've narrowed it down and you figured it out, you don't have to work that 9 to 5 anymore. You can work, 20 hours a week just to have insurance, or whatever it might be. Maybe you don't want to work at all. For me, I can't just sit at home. I need to be busy. I need to be doing things. There are some days, I'm getting older, I do appreciate sitting at home, getting in my pool, having a nice little drink by poolside, having a barbecue. Yes, those are good times, but it can't be every day. We've got to get out there and hustle. So like I said, time is just something we can't buy. Time is something we can't buy back. So while you're out there trying to live your best life, and I understand you're trying to enjoy, you also have to understand, after the story goes away for 24 hours, no one really cares. Okay, newsflash. So let's try to just bring it all together and understand that it's okay to be a plumber, that it's okay to be a painter. It's okay to fold towels at a resort. There are people out there working 30 days a month. I'm not kidding you. And they have a plan to go back to their home country within 5 to 10 years, ultra rich. And that's their plan. So you've got to first develop a plan. And then you've got to get hungry to get that plan in action, and then to be successful at that plan. If you don't care, then of course change the channel. It doesn't matter to you. You don't want to be successful. You want to live off your parents. You want to live off of unemployment, and that's your lifestyle, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to knock you for it. That's totally up to you. How I came up and how I lost things and gained things has taught me a lot, and I'm going to try to slowly give you a little bit here and there, instead of just talking about the same old supplements and who's doing this and who's doing that. And let's really talk about, even in a recession, even in hyperinflation mode, you can still find ways to be successful. You can still find ways to turn $1 into 20 and to keep moving forward. It's not that hard once you understand the game. When you understand that you don't have to have a huge savings. Have a few months savings at home or in the bank or wherever you decide to put it. But also understand that the money that you're making and that you're turning, you need to keep re-upping. You need to keep going. You need to move forward with that money, because without risk, there's no reward, okay? So I think I've taken enough of your time today. We're about that 10-minute mark. I really appreciate you. Now, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell so you know when I drop a new video. All right, let's grow this channel. Let's grow together. Let's start earning, a great wage, and let's stop worrying about everything around us and just worry about us. Worry about how we can be successful and how we can keep doing the right things and keep getting out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to be successful. Because at the end of the day, man, if you don't have that purchase power, you've got no power. You understand? So you want to get your credit better, you got to get your money better. You got to get your mind right. You got to get everything right. You got to get it all dialed in. And then when you do, it really doesn't matter what your 9 to 5 is, because you won't be there for long. All right. So on that note, guys, I've got to get rolling. I've got to get up into the gym. It's July 4th. I'm going to do some fun stuff today with the kiddos. And I just want to tell you, thank you very much to all of you out there who support Chaos Nutrition, whether it's a like, whether it's a follow, whether it's a purchase. It's all important here. It really is. And we would not be successful without your help. So thank you very much. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And like I said, just keep getting out there, man. Keep doing whatever the fuck it takes. Stay ride or die for yours, and understand that even though we're going through a rough patch, we got to go through it to get to it. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. And stay ride or die for yours. All right. So on that note, guys, have a happy 4th. Enjoy yourselves. Understand and really realize the reason why we celebrate today. All right. Because at the end of the day, there's a reason why we celebrate today. But in my opinion, we're under more tyranny today than we were in 1776. But that's for another video. Until next time, guys, I'm out.